Hello ladies and gents, it's A F0xy Grampa here. Twitch streamer, pro player, whatever you want to call me. I'm here to bestow some knowledge upon you about how to play this Edenian right here. I know, disgusting, right? But knowledge is power, so the more we know, the better. Right, let's do this. Right, so before we begin, just make sure you subscribe to DashFight. They're going to have a ton of character guides on other characters just like this by other pro players. And also, if you want to find out who the next one's going to be, hang on till the end of my video and then you'll find out. Alright, okay, let's do this. Right, so when you're looking at her base kit, she's got quite a few moves that, like I was saying earlier, will allow her to take her turn without putting herself in a bad range. Like her down 4 here, for example, has a lot of reach and it's got a decent amount of pushback, so Robocop won't be able to hit you from there. Back 2, similar sort of thing. It's 0 on block, means that you're basically at the same amount of advantage as your opponent. So if you could do that, or if you're spaced out further, you could walk back, something like that. Back 1, back square here, it's 13 frames. This is the thing with her though, she isn't the fastest at counter poking herself, but the things that she does counter poke with are normally around 10 frames. So she's got this at 13, and also her grab that I've listed up here. Now the thing about her grab that is really strong is, look at how far it reaches. Right, okay, hold on, there we go. Right, so this is one of the furthest reaching grabs in the game, whereas if you compare it to something like Robocop, he has to be a lot closer. So what this means is, let's say we got Robocop doing a string and he does forward 3-2, right? You get reversal grab from a lot of ranges against barely minus strings in this game. So it means that her counter poke game between this and this is pretty decent. So like, this is where I'm saying she's defensive because she's playing around 10 frame moves a lot after she blocks your stuff. So yeah, that's like the basics of how her moves work, like her base kit. Right, when you're playing as Kitana, naturally people are going to want to start jumping at you because you're going to be throwing a lot of projectiles. So you're going to have to keep in mind how to anti-air them. With her, even though they're going to be trying to jump her projectiles, you can use her projectiles to anti-air. It's all about breaking up your rhythm on the projectile. So let's see, Robo jumps in here, boom. Then you can use the fan as the straight fan as the anti-air, get a conversion. See, something like that. And then you can do whatever ender you want. I'll just show you. Say you want to spend a crush and blow, boom. So something like that. She also has down 3 and stand 1, but honestly, I prefer this over everything, just because the fan it's way more active. It's got a bigger hitbox than both of the others. It seems to be the most reliable. It's pretty quick. It's slower than this and this, but once it's out, it's out. And if it hits and you don't get a conversion, you're still at a lot of advantage. Hold on, I'll show you. It's plus like 50 something. Yeah, 52. So that's a lot of advantage. Okay, so this variation I've made here is the one I think is the strongest for her. Is low fan, which is this, and the half blood stance, which is this. You've got 3 options that you're going to be using in this stance, right? So the first one that you're probably going to use the most is this seeking Psy, right? So let's just put Robo to block. Okay, yeah. See that? Even on flawless block, it's mad plus. Basically, the point of this is you throw the Psy, and she's plus 23. You see that? So her whole game with this stance is she gets to throw the Psy, she gets to throw a fan because she's plus, right? Throw the Psy, low fan. Alright, this is your fastest projectile frame trap with her. So then once they respect the fact that you can throw this fan after the Psy, it becomes Psy, 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 right? You see, you're just going to do Psy until they do something about it, and then when they do something about it, you're going to throw the low fan. And it even has a bit, there's a bit more you can do with this, right? So you got to think of her in like 3 steps of projectiles. She's got Psy, low fan, and then the straight fan. You can throw all of these. So basically you just want to be spamming people to death with the Psy, right? And what stops people from countering that is the fact that she can teleport. So let's make Robo do a reversal. Boom. Alright, so if he does... let's make him actually do... You can teleport all of their projectiles, and most characters can't teleport yours. See that if I did it back to back, then I get shot, but if I'm aware, boom, you get that. You can EX it, go back to it again. Or if he tries to shoot back, you can see that the low fan hits first. See? That's the way it works in principle. So this is the way you're going to be playing with her for the most part. And then the whole other part of the stance is it adds another crushing blow. So if you hit 3 of these in a match, she gets like serious damage when she touches you. But watch. This is an easy combo, right? I can't do combos. Watch. See, that's near enough half-life on most characters just for hitting 3 of these in a match. It makes her pretty strong in round 2 and round 3, because then she's just going to burst damage you to death whenever she does actually touch you, because she's got this as well. So like, yeah, as you can see, 2 touches and even Robo's almost dead and he's got 1100. The whole thing with this is you want to keep your space so you can throw this. And another thing that's strong about this is because it's so plus, you can start doing dash up grab, like I was talking earlier about having a massive grab range. She can sneak in grabs. She can sneak in pretty much anything she wants when this happens. Because they have to block it most of the time. As soon as that Psy starts coming down, they have to deal with it. So it opens up a lot of ways for her to start her offense. So let's say she gets grab, and then you're back to this game. Like, you're going to be finding yourself wanting to control this sort of space with her, like where her fan is unreactable, or just full screen where they've just got to come forward before they can even start fighting what you're doing. The whole thing is to just spam. Just spam to your heart's content and be vigilant of them shooting back so you can teleport them. And then keep... I know I'm not very good at this, if any of you watch my stream, like counting to 3, but you need to count the size that you're hitting. If you hit 3 of them, then you're good to go. You're free to get unbreakable damage. Like this here is actually unbreakable. So like if they break there, that's 42%. If they don't break, it's still like 30%, something like that. Yeah, 32%. So it's more unbreakable damage you can add to a game, which is never a bad thing in this game. Right, so in this game, Kitana, in my opinion, is one of the stronger defensive characters. Her tool set basically means that she can take her turn on you without you being able to take her turn back on her. And her whole game mostly revolves around keeping the distance from the opponent while just peppering them with fans, just being annoying, and also not allowing you to throw things back at her. So she's very controlling, but not hyper offensive like some of the other characters in this game. So if you're a defensive minded player, she could be a reasonable pickup for you. Alright, so when you're doing her mid-screen combos, it's going to be something like this, which gives you a free Psy, right? And that works off of, that route works off of pretty much anything. You can do it off that into fan lift, you can do it as your Punisher off of 1-2 into fan lift. The reason you're ending in the low fan is so that you can get the Psy, and then when the Psy connects, they're either going to take it on hit or block. You get to do what I was saying earlier, which is dash up, do whatever you want. It maintains pressure, or you have the option to throw the Psy, back off. The strength of that is, like, you're throwing that Psy on their knockdown, they're not going to be able to wake up and hit you, but you are going to be putting yourself in an advantageous situation, so keep that in mind. Right, her mid-screen crush and blow combo is pretty much the same thing. You just end in a different special, you do that, boom, easy 37.5. Can't go wrong with that. It makes her pretty much three strong attaches to a round in like the second round, third round. Save all your crushing blows for either the second or the third. Spend them then. Okay, so her corner offense, right? You're going to be using this a lot in the corner because the fan lift now combos, and on block, you can see it pushes her away. So there's no real reason to use this in the corner because pretty much just because of this. All right. So anyhow, the combo I like to do is this. Something like that, just keep it like safe from breakaway, and it gives you advantage on knockdown. You can do the grab, and then you can just go back into this. If you want to spend your crushing blow, just end it in that instead. Same thing, nice and simple. And the same thing applies to the crushing blow as well. Actually, the side crushing blow. Just do it exactly the same as you did at mid screen. Easy peasy. Okay, so when you're talking about the weaknesses of Kitana, what she kind of struggles with is dealing with characters who are going to be up, like, point blank, mashing, doing stuff like that. So this is why I was saying earlier, you're going to be playing around that 10 frame sort of game on her down 4 and her grab. So grab is going to be probably your best friend because it comes out on reversal frame. Like, it comes out on the earliest possible frame if you do it on reversal. It's the easiest one to get frame perfect. Down 4 you might not always be completely on point. So that therefore means you're going to be running some risk when you're playing defense. Or the down 4 you're not getting too much because this might be too slow to actually counter poke them with. So really what you want to think of while this is happening is that you're playing the game and they're on your screen and they're going to die eventually. You just need to hold on to every % of life that you have. So don't get too flustered when people start, you know, just wah, wah, jumping all over the place, doing all their nutbox stuff. Just be a bit patient, let them do their thing, back up, get this space or even further, and then just make them die by 1,000 fans on the way in, pretty much. Die by 1,000 fans, make them block your fans on the way in, and then just dash up and grab them or something like that. You have to be defensive minded playing her. You can't just go complete gorilla. It's not going to work out. Other things you might find that she struggles with could be characters, let's say like Robocop. He's a pretty good example here. Actually, you know, I'll get him to do reversal. That's good, it's already set. So he's going to do reversal Cobra Cannon, right? See that? He's doing 10%, she's doing 6%. Now, when she starts losing trades, it's a bit of an issue. There's other characters that do this, like you've got Noob Cybot who's doing, I think, 8 or 9 on his. So, and it's, you might be forced to be playing in a range where it's hard to react with this as well. So that's pretty much what stops Kitana, I think. That and characters like Jackie who can sort of just bypass all of the things she's doing. Somewhat bypass it just by leaping over her. But I wouldn't say that's so bad for a character like Cabal, who's also doing the jumping all over the thing. I think it's just, yeah, there's not... I think, in theory, a perfectly played Kitana is going to be really hard to beat, because she's not going to let you in. She's not going to let you throw projectiles at her. And unless you've got a mix-up where you force her to guess, like, you have to guess, or and each direction is a bad guess for you, she can survive. She's a very survivable character. Like, she's got a lot to keep herself alive and keep herself in the game. You just have to make sure that you're not allowing yourself to go too far down in the first place. It's a war of attrition, and you got a lot of weaponry. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You got a lot of weaponry, and they have to get around it. But when the ways they're getting around it, when they out damage her, it basically, yeah. If she's getting out damaged, then you're in trouble. That's pretty much it. Like if you're throwing fans, and they're throwing projectiles back at you, and you're not timing your teleport, or you're doing teleports in the wrong place, you're in trouble. But if you play it, it's a very mentally taxing style. I think that's what I'm trying to say. She's mentally taxing to play because you have to be so disciplined, but you don't really see that out of Kitana players very often. But I think when one finally does come along and plays in that style, it'll be very, very hard to beat. Okay, so if you wanted anything from this video in text format, all you got to do is look in the description. There's a link there, nice little text document about all the stuff I've mentioned in this video. And don't forget to like the video as well, it help out a lot. Appreciate it. And also yeah, hang around, I'm going to have more character guides coming anyway, and I'm pretty sure my next character is going to be RoboCop, so you know that that's going to be an interesting one, because he's got a lot of criminal justice techniques to go over. So yeah, thank you for watching, appreciate it, and yeah, don't forget to sub to DashFight. See you guys in a bit.
The future of law enforcement.